Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello guys, we are from the Hilda Taba's Conceptual Models Group. Our group consists of myself, Faradilla Eka Putri, my friend Sukmowati, Karunia Widi, Raka Endartiono Putra, and Agam Ringga Wiriyatama. Okay, our presentation today will discuss about definition, key component, application of the Hilda Taba's theory, benefit of applying the theory, limitation, theory facilitate, impact on teaching and learning, also insight, finding and critiques about Hilda Taba's theory. And the last, we will discuss about the conclusion from the material. Before we discuss more about the material, let's first get to know who is Hilda Taba. Hilda Taba is curriculum theorist, curriculum reformer, and teacher educator. Hilda Taba contribute to the theoretical and pedagogical foundations of concept development and critical thinking in social studies curriculum, and help to lay the foundation of education for diverse student population.
In Hilda Taba's conceptual model, she believed that students can make generalizations or ideas about concepts after organizing some information that has been given. These generalizations are a result of deeper thinking and serve to strengthen connections between concepts. Taba also believed that there's a definite logical and sequential order in creating a curriculum. There are 5 key components in Hilda Taba's conceptual model. First one is listing. Second is grouping. Third is labeling. Fourth is regrouping. And the last one is synthesizing. Now let's just get into the application of how Taba's conceptual models work. At first, the students are given an article to read and asked to write down or highlight any instances of change that they notice. And then they note the ideas and share with the class and record it on the board by the teacher. And then students decide on a meaningful way to group all these ideas individually. Meaningful groupings are based on similarities that directly relate to the concept. In this example is change. The groups are labeled and each student would explain why they choose to group them as they did. And then students are tasked with regrouping their ideas based on a new question that is asked by the teacher, such as how can you group these ideas so that they do not fall under more than one grouping. And last but not least, the students explain their new thinking, like for example, at first I thought blah blah blah, but now I think blah blah blah. Summarize the information they have collected and form new or different generalization.
Okay, and then we can talk about the benefits of Hilda Taba conceptual model. The first benefit is that this model taps into higher ordered thinking skill, such as problem solving, analyzing, evaluating, imagining, and making connection, amongst many other strategies. Then the second one, it builds comprehension skills such as inference, synthesizing, and summarizing. And also, gifted learners will thrive with the opportunity to explore question with multiple correct answers. Questioning is open-ended with no clear right or wrong response. So it is compiling all the answer that the students gives. And when grouped together, students work collaboratively with others to build skills in speaking and listening. And the last benefits that this Hilda Taba conceptual model gives provides an opportunity for rich classroom discussion before and after generalization are made. Okay, now we are talking about the weaknesses and limitation of Hilda Taba conceptual model. The first one, that it can be difficult for some students to handle the open-ended aspect of this model because it is too broad, too open, that it makes the students confuse themselves on how to give an answer, how to choose the answers. And then the second one is, without clear direction, it may be difficult for teachers to plan and prepare questions for the student's path. And the third one, it is difficult to adapt to all subjects and even some types of text. Because, for example, like mathematics, it is have fixed answer, have fixed calculation. It cannot be used in Hilda Taba conceptual model because of that. Because in Hilda Taba conceptual model, there is no clear right or wrong response. All responses are acceptable. It can be included in the answer that the students give. And lastly, the text of the material or the subjects, when you are using Hilda Taba conceptual model, must be chosen in advance. It cannot be improvised inside the classroom because, some texts, like my answer before, have fixed answer and cannot be improvised in terms of the answer. And that's all for the weakness or limitation of this model.
Okay, now we will discuss about theory facilitate the achievement. In general, Hilda Taba's conceptual model can facilitate the achievement of learning outcome in accordance with the learning objectives in her curriculum. This is because the theory emphasizes a structured and organized approach to lesson planning, which help to ensure that every aspect of the curriculum has clear and related objectives. According to this theory, the lesson planning process begins with identifying specific learning objectives. The next step includes determining the sequence of learning materials, selecting appropriate learning method, and evaluating learning outcome. By paying attention to each of these steps, teacher can design learning experiences that focus on achieving the desired learning objectives. Next is impact on teaching and learning. Hilda Taba conceptual curriculum model has had a significant impact on learning, assessment strategies, and classroom interaction. This approach emphasizes a deep understanding of basic concepts and the relationship between concepts, allowing students to develop critical and creative thinking. The assessment strategies used in this model tend to be oriented towards understanding concept and applying concept in real context. Classroom interaction is also promoted through discussion, group work, and collaborative projects, allowing students to share ideas, debate, and build shared understanding. Hilda Taba model provides a holistic and in-depth approach to learning that can improve the quality of education.
Okay, now we are going to insight, finding, and critiques about Hilda Taba's theory. Taba may yield insight into how this theory can be applied in educational context and how it influences student learning outcomes. It can also provide a deeper understanding of the teaching learning process and effective teaching strategies. Theory, application, and effectiveness. The first is improve critical thinking skill. The second is increase student involvement. And the last is content relevance. Meanwhile, the challenge is to plan and implement Taba-based learning that suits student needs. In conclusion, Hilda Taba conceptual model of curriculum development offers a structure, logical approach to teaching that foster deep understanding and critical thinking. By following a systematic process from listening to synthesizing, students are guided to make meaningful generalization about concepts, enhancing their ability to connect ideas and thinking critically. This model is particularly beneficial in promoting higher order thinking skill, comprehension, and collaborative learning. However, it does present challenges, such as the need for careful planning and the potential difficulty for some students to engage with open-ended tasks. Okay, maybe that's all from us. Thank you very much for your attention, and last we say you wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Bye bye.